Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel Economics Made Easy. We've always heard that economics is important and it's important to know the basic terminologies of the same in order to understand what's happening around in the economy. But what economics exactly is? So, to give a basic definition of the same, we can say that economics is derived from two Greek words, namely oiko and nomos. Oiko means home and nomos mean management. So it's easy, right? Economics is just managing your house. Now, for you as an individual, it could be your own house, but for the government, it's the entire country. So the government manages the entire country, and that's called economics. And you, if you manage your own house, it's called economics the same way. It's also important to know that it was first introduced by Adam Smith. The term economics was derived by Adam Smith. He's also known as the father of economics. So this becomes important to know since you'll be pursuing a career in economics. So economics is a broad term, and to understand it more deeply, we have to divide it into two categories, namely micro and macro. Micro is the study of behavior of individual decision making. For example, we can say consumers or firms. So if we study the decision making of consumers or firms, we would consider that under micro. So microeconomics basically helps us in answering the three central problems in the economy. That is what, how, and for whom. In what we consider what is to be produced, in how we consider how is it to be produced, like the resources that can be used. Under for whom, we see for what category of people are the products to be produced. So in that way, microeconomics helps us in answering the main three questions that are important in the economy. However, it has one limitation, that it fails to explain the functioning of economy as a whole. Since microeconomics only considers a small unit, it cannot explain the functioning of the entire economy. So that is when macroeconomics comes into picture. So macro basically is defined as the study of overall economic phenomena, when we are studying the entire country as a whole and not just a small unit. Examples of same could be when we are measuring the GDP in the country, or when we are looking at the employment levels in the country. And for that matter, even the inflation rate that prevails in the country could be considered under macroeconomics. These terms may sound new to some, but don't worry, we'll study them in detail in the videos to come. Understand the difference between micro and macroeconomics. A basic example we can take is that if we look at India as a whole, then that would be a macroeconomic study. Within India, if we look at Delhi, so that would be our microeconomic study. Similarly, if we look at Delhi as a whole, that would be a macroeconomic study for us. But if in Delhi we look at, suppose, Chandni Chowk, that would fall under microeconomic study for us. We'll start by delving deep into microeconomics in the beginning, and later on we'll go on to studying the topics in macroeconomics. So now comes the question that why is it even important to study economics? It's not always important to understand economics because you have to be an expert in the subject. No. So if you're someone who wants to monitor their investments, or is someone who wants to track down their spending habits, economics is important for you. It will not only help you track down your own spending habits, but will also help you see the economic or understand the economic structure of your country. So one must know how they will be affected if the government comes up with a new monetary policy, suppose, or there is a new fiscal policy being implemented in the country. One must also know how the changes that have been implemented by the government or the central bank are going to affect him or his family. Now, there could be some terms that some of you may have come across on news channels or newspapers, which could be a bit difficult for you to interpret. So we'll just learn some of those terms in our video lectures also. So we'll just learn two of them today. The first one would be GDP. You may have heard that the country's GDP is this, the other country's GDP is that. So what basically is GDP? It's nothing but the monetary value of the final goods and services that are being produced in the country in a given period of time. Now, the goods and services are those that are purchased by the final consumer or are bought for the purpose of final consumption and not for producing some other good. So, it has to be a final consumption. Also, GDP is the most common indicator for measuring the country's economic performance. So, it's the most common indicator that every country around the globe is using. The second term is inflation. Inflation is nothing but rise in the prices of goods and services that are of daily or common use. Like we can say clothing or we can say housing. For housing, the cost would be rent. So if there is an increase in rent or if there is any increase in the prices of clothing or food items, we say there's inflation. The inflation in the country has increased. It's basically rising in the prices of all the goods and services that we consume. So yeah, these were the two terms for today. We'll learn some new terms in the next video lectures. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Do subscribe to the channel, like and share the video if you find the content helpful. Thank you.